Okay, today we're making the most incredibly delicious lemon raspberry cake. It's moist, packed with fresh lemon flavor with juicy raspberries running throughout, and it's all finished with a creamy, not too sweet cream cheese frosting. So to start off, you want to preheat your oven to 180°C or 350°F conventional, and grease two 8-inch cake pans, and then you also want to line the bottoms with parchment paper as well. And then once that's done, just set them aside for now. Next, we're going to sift together our dry ingredients. So in a medium bowl, add in 240 grams or 2 cups of plain all-purpose flour, 30 grams or a quarter cup of cornstarch, 2.5 teaspoons of baking powder, and half a teaspoon of salt. And then whisk everything together until it's well combined and set it aside for now. Next, in a large bowl, you want to add in 170 grams or 3/4 cup of room temperature unsalted butter, 60 grams or a quarter cup of unflavored vegetable oil, I use canola oil, 300 grams or 1.5 cups of white granulated sugar, and 3 tablespoons of freshly grated lemon zest. And then using a hand or stand mixer on medium speed, you want to cream everything together for about 2 minutes until it's light and creamy. Next, you want to add in 4 large room temperature eggs, one at a time, making sure that each egg is mixed in well before adding in the next. Now once that's done, you want to add in 90 grams or a 1/3 cup of room temperature whole milk, 115 grams or half a cup of plain yogurt, and 58 grams or a quarter cup of fresh lemon juice, and then mix until everything is well combined. The batter may look slightly curdled at this stage, but that's completely fine. And now you just want to set your mixer aside because the rest of the batter we're going to finish by hand. So next you want to add your pre-sifted dry ingredients into the wet ingredients, and then using a spatula gently fold everything until just combined. You want to be careful not to overmix. Now for the raspberries, you want to toss 250 grams or 2 cups of fresh raspberries and 1.5 tablespoons of flour. This just helps to prevent them from sinking to the bottom of the cake layers. And then you want to add them to the batter, discarding any excess flour, and again gently fold with a spatula until just combined. You don't want to overmix. So that is our batter all done, and now you just want to evenly distribute it between the 2 prepared cake pans. I like to weigh my cake pans just to make sure that I have an even amount in each cake pan. And then once that's done, you want to level the tops as best you can, and then drop the cake pans lightly on the counter once to remove any large air bubbles, and then bake for 38 to 40 minutes, or until a toothpick inserted into the center comes out clean or with a few moist crumbs. Now once baked, you want to let the cakes cool in the tins for about 15 to 20 minutes, and then you want to run a thin knife along the edges of the pans to release the cakes from the cake pans, and then turn them out onto a wire rack to completely cool. Now if you take a closer look, you can see just how incredibly soft these cake layers are. Now while the cakes are cooling, we're going to make our silky smooth, not too sweet cream cheese frosting. So to start off, add 225 grams or 1 cup of room temperature unsalted butter to a large bowl, and then you want to beat that on medium-high speed for a few minutes until it's light and fluffy. Next, add in 375 grams or 3 cups of powdered sugar, 335 grams or 1.5 cups of cold firm block-style cream cheese, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla, and 1 teaspoon of fresh lemon juice. And then you want to mix everything on a medium speed just until it's smooth and creamy. You don't want to overmix because the more you mix, the softer the frosting can become. So once that's well combined, you should end up with a silky smooth cream cheese frosting. So once your cake layers are completely cool, you can start assembling the cake. So first you want to level the tops of the cake layers using a serrated knife so that they're nice and flat. This is just going to make it so much easier to stack the cake. Next, you want to place your first cake layer onto your cake stand and spread a generous layer of frosting over the top using an offset spatula. Next, you want to add your second cake layer on top and spread out a generous amount of the frosting, and then you also want to cover the sides of the cake as well. Now, I like to use a cake scraper to smooth out the edges, and then I also use an offset spatula to bring that top lip of frosting into the middle of the cake so that I have a nice smooth edge. Now to finish off, I'm transferring some of the frosting to a piping bag with a 1M piping tip on it, and then I'm just piping some decorative swirls on the top of my cake. And then that is my beautiful lemon raspberry cake all done. This cake is soft, bright, and bursting with fresh lemon flavour and juicy raspberries, and that tangy cream cheese frosting just ties everything together so perfectly. It's honestly so good. So that is it for today, guys. If you do decide to give this recipe a go, then please do leave a review on our blog. It really helps our content out here at Cakes by MK, and I'll see you in the next video.